Hi guys, I want to go through kind of how we generate sort of leads from LinkedIn ads, targeting sort of high net worth individuals. I just want to go through sort of my thought process to begin with, and then I'll walk you through a real life example and show you some of the settings that you could actually try this yourself. So before we kind of jump in, I think this is kind of marketing 101, and the first thing really is to understand one is your ideal customer. Now, obviously, with this being LinkedIn, I think the two or three things you want to really understand is what industry do they work in, what is their position, because I think we can make a lot of assumptions based on uh, their level. So if they're a senior manager, for example, or if they're working, say, banking, it's fair to say that they are going to be earning a decent salary, and also the location too. So we've had a lot of success sort of targeting people in cities, especially in London, Manchester, Birmingham, where we know that sort of bigger corporate companies do exist as well. And I think the second thing really is it's all well and good running ads to these people, but we need to try and solve a problem or kind of scratch that itch, so to speak, or even uh, understand kind of what they're trying to achieve. I'm just going to make a typo here. And for this example, we'll kind of talk about retirement planning because it's quite a hot sort of niche and topic at the moment. So the funnel is exactly the same as you would do on Facebook ads. Typically, what we find is that people with wealth or with money, they really just want information first. So giving away a free guide is a great way to start a conversation. But we'll also make sure that we kind of get their phone number as well as sort of email address too. And using headlines, sort of how to retire with a nest egg of 250k plus. This is going to attract people with this money, and it's a great way to qualify people further. Purely because on LinkedIn, there's no way to sort of target based on income as well. With targeting, there's two types of targeting that could work really well from an interest point of view. One is where we are targeting interest, so retirement interest actually work well, and broad just works as well too. So if we're kind of just going after age and location, that works pretty good, similar to Facebook, to be fair. And then really we can drill down to industry. So if it is banking or even job roles, so manager, senior manager, director. Again, by really understanding your customer, you can get really laser targeted from your campaigns as well. And one thing which we do want to do is actually exclude people. When we've ran these campaigns for targeted retirement planning, we've actually had a lot of financial advisors and wealth managers sneaking through, trying to find out what we're doing. So it's best to exclude them as you go through the campaign. I'll show you how to do that shortly as well. The budget, LinkedIn is definitely a lot more expensive than Facebook. So I recommend we start with 20, 25 pounds per day and to 50 pounds per day just to get it going. And what we have found is that campaigns do seem to fatigue quite quickly. So you may run the campaign for a couple of weeks and may need to pause it or kind of switch the creative. But we do find that the shelf life of LinkedIn campaigns at the moment is a lot shorter than Facebook. But again, it does depend on sort of your audience size and how big it is as well. Creative. So with Facebook, you can run ads within a campaign with both sort of video and image, all in the same campaign. With LinkedIn, you can't. It's either going to have to be a video or a separate campaign to create an image. So we recommend you create separate campaigns or separate ad sets, as they call them, for each, and just toggle between them when they kind of fatigue and stop working. And finally, we actually recommend you running a LinkedIn lead form ad. We found the best conversions from this as opposed to a landing page. And as well as capturing sort of name, email, phone number, we recommend you capture their LinkedIn URL too, because it's another great way to kind of get in front of them. Because as you'll probably know, if you're looking at a profile, they'll get a notification to say you've looked at the profile, and it's quite good to look at their profile first, maybe wait a day or even a few hours, and then reach out to them as well. So let me get stuck into it, and I'll just kind of show you one of the campaigns we've got running. So this is for a retirement planning campaign based in the UK. We're going after sort of people in London, and I'll walk you through kind of how we do it. So this is kind of one of the ad sets where we're targeting retirement. So when you come in here, the location is London. The age, there's the other thing with age. With Facebook, you can actually specify the exact age that you want to go to, say between 45 and 55, whereas LinkedIn, unfortunately, you can only select bandings. So because we wanted to target sort of people 50 plus, we've had to go down to 35 to 54, but actually your ad copy will kind of target those people who are just retiring anyway. So although we are kind of expanding the audience by from the ages 35, people who are interested in it will actually sign up regardless. And then what we've done with this ad set, we've actually excluded these job titles, so very much wealth management roles as well. The ad format for this one's actually single image, as you can see tier 2, and the budget actually for this one was £15, but we do recommend you start with higher just until it's optimized as well. When you then click on next, I'll show you one of the ads which is working well, so if you bear with me. So I'm just going to bring one up. So what we've done, we've gone with very much the retirement angle. So again, we're trying to lead in with a question or a pain point. We've got the qualifier again, if they've got 250K or more. We've talked about free guide. We've kind of explained who the client is or then how we can help them. We've kept the call to action quite simple. The form itself then looks very similar to a Facebook lead form where we can capture the name, email, phone number, as well as the LinkedIn profile too. You can then obviously hook this up using Zapier to your CRM. And just to show you the lead cost while we're at it. The lead cost on LinkedIn is actually getting better. So for this campaign, you're looking around £20, £25 a lead, which is probably around $30 to $35. Although it's more on the expensive side, the lead quality in terms of assets and then remember doing it is a lot better than Facebook. So I think LinkedIn ads are definitely worth a try. You definitely are going to need more budget, especially whilst testing. And I think it's something you can get a lot of success from, but I do recommend trying Facebook first, test those headlines, and then transfer that to LinkedIn. I hope this mini training was useful. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon.